Evening guys. Before we start, I just want to address something because I know you're all asking. No, I'm not a floating head, it's just my super camo t-shirt. Ooh, so carpy. Anyway, down the river, an hour after work. I'm on call this week, so I won't be getting much videos done. Won't be getting much fishing done. Managed to steal a wee hour of the night before the weather gets too hot and the water gets too warm and too low. Thought I'd come down with the wee spinners, so you can see it. Try and get a few trout. Let's crack on. See you at the first cast. First place we're fishing, this wee area here. What I always say, you can laugh at me if you want, but it's true and it always works. Where there's foam, there's a home. And hopefully we can wrestle a few trout out their home. Now this wee area here, I've actually had a couple of stockies out of this, and stockies aren't often caught. But it usually does. It's all the trademarks of a big fish holding area. Usually if I'm not getting a few bites, sorry, it's usually because there's a big fish sitting in there and the wee fish have vacated. So at first wee cast, there's a fish following that straight away. That was just a wee tiddler, that one. Just a wee size 2, gold Meps. Can't beat the Mep spinners. Absolutely love them. Tried loads of other ones, but Meps just does it for me. So yeah, here's hoping a few casts and I can get a wee contact already. That stick right in the water there, I don't know if you can see it, that's kind of annoying me. That's going to become problematic if I hook a decent sized fish. Just trying to get the cast as far towards that back slack as possible. Just trying to keep the spinner maybe an inch, 2 inches below the surface, so I don't snag. It's a notoriously snaggy river. That was a pretty bad cast, that one. Oh. Straight into weeds, straight into weeds. It's quite bad for weeds at this time of year in the rivers, unless you're fishing the first few inches of the water column. Yeah, you're kind of struggling. What I tend to do with my spinners as well is, a great friend told me, or advised me, to always cast my spinners upstream and play them downstream. It just helps you be in control of the fish if you hook anything. So there we go, I've hit that weed bed again there, so I need to bring my cast around a wee bit. Okay, so we'll get a wee casting about here into this dark corner. Sorry, just checking the picture on the GoPro to make sure it was still okay. So under here there's a few big sunken rocks along this far side, and usually if you can get the pattern right, you can usually get a few hits with some decent trout. There we go, that's a bit of a better cast. So that was either a hit or I just bumped over a rock because the line just went slack. To be fair, I've chosen a gold spinner, totally making the oversight of the fact that these areas don't get too much sun, so there's not a lot of sheen or glimmer going on in the water right now. But you can usually still hit a few. Okay, a couple more casts here and we'll move up. I'm going to walk around the weir pool to save myself going back through the water and back over the bridge. One more cast right up towards the cut. Oh no, that's a bad one, that. Oh, I managed to save it. I thought that was a goner there. I thought that was £72.99 worth of spinners that I've lost. I'm trying to get up here. In fact, you know what? I'm going to cut down here and just walk through the river. Try not getting eaten alive by spiders and midges. So if you guys watching aren't from Scotland and don't know how much you'll understand when I say the midges can make or break a fishing session, nights like this where there's not a lot of wind at all, there's a hole, there's the water, jeez oh, yeah, it's pretty tough terrain here, slippy rocks, rubber sole wellies, not a great combo, but lucky I have the balance of a ballet dancer. A 6'5" male ballet dancer with a beard. That's a scary thought, that, isn't it? Under the trees, close to the trees. Try and entice a wee take. There's a fish following that, you see that? That might have been a salmon actually, I didn't quite see that, I didn't have my glasses on. but with the way it turned and the way it shot out for it, I think I've just missed a great opportunity for you guys there. Sitting right behind a rock up there. I wasn't paying attention, I was too busy talking away. Okay guys, so we're coming down to the next wee bit, but it is looking pretty dark, so my time is limited, unfortunately. It's annoying because when you come out of this country park, this woodland area, it goes bright again, as you can see. It's very sheltered. So a few wee casts, cast, step, cast, step, cast, step is the plan. That was a poor cast, but we'll deal with it. Along here as well, they do tend to really stick to that far side, and it's quite a difficult cast, it's quite a risky cast. This is probably the area that I've lost most of my lures, most of my spinners, most of my flies. But when you get that good cast, you know, because usually you get a fish almost straight away. It's not a fish, that's a rock. That's not what we wanted. Oh, yeehaw. Come on. Yeah, I think this spinner's going to take my toll up to £72.99. There we go, popped off. Did it break? Yeah, snapped. Ah, that's not good. Not got a lot of light to tie back on, but I'll try. Unfortunately guys, no fish today, or no fish, I say today, I was only out for an hour, so can't be too hard on myself. Maybe you guys can be too hard on me. But anyway, that's the wee river that I usually fish when I get a wee spare hour. Again, really sorry, but I'll probably struggle to make a good video this week because I'm on call, unfortunately, and usually the call outs are always at the weekends. So, without further ado, I'll see you at the next cast.